somebody hid their lock on in here. Covered it up. I just got back a little over a mile in here. Worked up one heck of a sweat. There's just no way to avoid it when it's in the mid-90s. Especially when you gotta walk through sunny fields, and even in the shade it's hot. I'm being as quiet as possible. I just walked fast the whole way in because it was over a mile, but now I'm getting close to where I'm gonna hunt. Basically what I'm hunting is a hardwood point between two long drainages. I expect the deer to be bedded on the hillside up either drainage and possibly on the point that I'm hunting. And as you go uphill, it gets pretty thick with undergrowth, and I'm going to be down on just a slight bench, just a slight flat spot on the point where it's more open, where I can climb a tree and actually get a shot. But I'm going to ease on up there as quietly, as slowly as possible, pick a tree and get set up. Hopefully I don't bump anything off the bed. I've got a trail camera nearby that's had a couple good 8 points on camera not too long ago. So I think it's a good spot. The wind should be coming down the point, or coming down either of the drainages. I'm not sure what exactly it's going to be doing, but as the sun goes down regardless, the wind should be drifting down into this creek, which is ideal. I haven't seen many rubs yet this year, but already seen 2 coming up in here. Hopefully this is the right spot. Trail right here. I get up in this walnut tree, I should be able to sneak a shot down between these bushes. It's a little more open here. It's hard to pick a tree in here because of the undergrowth, but right here's a little open spot. A couple of trails coming through. Looks pretty good. Well, it is about 5:15, so yeah, a little bit less than 2 hours of shooting light. Wind is perfect. It's drifting. There's not much wind at all right now, but milkweed is going off down towards the creek. I got great open shots now that I got up here. I've got plenty of room to shoot. Hopefully have deer coming back and forth on this point, possibly coming down off the top of it, but most of the trails go around the point. Oh, we got a big fat 0 tonight. Still think it's a good spot. I don't think I bumped anything coming in. Wind was perfect, just not the night. I got trail cam pictures of deer coming through here mornings and evenings, but it's not every single day, so it might just not be the day. I plan on being back, not sure when, but I'll be back in here at some point. I really like it. Good afternoon, y'all. I was fixing to walk a mile in to go after a buck I call Red Stag. I saw him in velvet. Really cool looking mature 7-point. I've always been interested in this little patch of woods here. I bumped a deer off, I assume it was a deer off the bed right when I was walking past, or about to walk in here. And I stopped and decided to come and check it out. It's pretty thick, but there's open spots. I'm gonna try to get some oaks. It's all like maple trees right here, but I think there's oaks back in there. I'm gonna look for acorns, deer sign, deer trails and a good tree to climb. I'm close to the truck, so I might just shoot a doe so I can start off with my donations to Hunters for the Hungry. So I'd like to donate a few this year. I figured I'm not going to try to burn out literally in this heat and walk over a mile every day. I'm going to just hunt close to the truck, maybe shoot a doe, maybe shoot a buck. I don't really know what's in here. Persimmon. Only one. I don't see any deer poop yet. Either it's not dropping many, or the deer are just eating them and not pooping, I guess. This looks pretty awesome in here. Here's the big mature red oaks. There's one here. A couple back there. A couple big ones here. Alright, I like this. I'm assuming it'd be deer bedded all back in there where it gets thick, but I'm in the open spot right now. Not very fresh, but that's the first sign. This massive oak tree is dropping a bunch of acorns. Well, I'm sitting here picking a tree and a deer starts blowing way out that way. I know it can't smell me. It probably just heard me moving around. Maybe it was the deer I jumped off bed a little bit ago. Looks pretty dang good in here. It's like the ash trees might be dying. Oh, they're still alive. I don't have a shot directly to that huge oak tree, but all around it I've got pockets to shoot through, especially to my left and behind me. Deer are liable to come from my left or behind me, most likely. They could come the way I came in, but it's less likely. There's two fawns coming in from behind me. That one might be an adult doe, I can't tell. The lead deer, I'm pretty sure, was a fawn. It was still red and very small. The one on the back had its winter coat. I was going to shoot it, but it never gave me a good shot. But I like the spot. Easy access. Might be a good place to kill a doe. Probably could have killed one just a few minutes ago, but wanted something bigger. I'll be back out again soon, so I'll catch y'all later. Good morning, y'all. It's the second weekend of bow season. I decided to wait till right before daylight to come in so I can see a little better to pick a tree. I'm trying to make my way down towards this creek bottom. I guess I'm going back after that big buck I saw last weekend, but or any big buck. It's kind of thick down in this bottom, so I'm not down there yet, but I wanted to be able to see a little better to pick a good tree. Alright, well, I just made it down into the bottom and found this little thick area where it opens up and there's like a drainage going up the hill I came off of. There's also a point out in front of me I can barely see. I wanted to see the point a little better, but regardless, I think it's a good place for deer to filter through. There's the doe in front of me. There's at least two. Something just made a racket off in the bottom. Like something running. Maybe multiple deer or something. I don't really know. Yeah, here they come. That was 6 of them they got on my ground scent. I think there's like no wind right now. I think my scent just pooling down below me. You could see one of those lead does pick up on me and jump back, and then I was thinking about taking this one to my left that was quartered to me. I was going to see if she went broadside, and then she blew off and they all ran. They're not far, but I'm going to try to get down as soon as they're gone. One thing that draws me to the spot here, other than the does use it a lot, is usually every year there's at least a couple good rubs that pop up. This is last year's, but that's a pretty good sized rub. So I don't know if it's nighttime activity or if it happens more towards the rut. From what I remember in the past, they start popping up usually in October before the rut. So let's see if I can find any buck sign or any good crossings or trees to climb down through here. So I got to the first little open area here, and just so happens that, I don't know if y'all can see that straight big sycamore tree. That's a tree I climbed last weekend, the evening after I saw that buck. I marked this on Onyx, and definitely if the wind is good and I'm feeling good about it, I'm going to come back in here pretty soon. Alright y'all, I am back in this little patch of woods I hunted the other day when I had 2 really little deer come in right before dark. I'm sneaking my way in. It's not a long walk, so I'm just going to go as slow and quiet as possible. Dadgummit. There was 2 deer coming in from the bedding. They just blew and ran. Last I checked, my wind was good. They might have seen me moving. There's not much wind to speak of, but it's not blowing towards them. Dadgummit. Well, I blew my chance. I was moving around too much, and then those 2 deer were probably just looking right up at me from the thick stuff, and I didn't see them till they ran. There's coons and everything all around me making noise. I was just moving around, looking left and right. But at least I saw a couple deer. I like this spot, but I think I'm gonna leave it alone for a while. Go back to buck hunting in the morning. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going yet, but I'm gonna be trying to lay eyes on one of my big ones.